Hello and welcome to Flippin Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today, if I can find my screwdriver. Today, we are flipping through Mad Magazine number 73, released September 1962. Our price, 25 cents, which is indeed cheap. But before we do that, before we get any further and go into this beautiful 1960s issue of Mad Magazine, please let me remind you, hit like, hit subscribe. Wait a second, that awful noise. It's my fucking air conditioner was left on. This is a family show. Watch your mouth. Please remember, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. That is the best way to support this channel. And guys, I know it's so funny that my subscriber numbers are at 666, but let's try to move on from this. All right. That'd be really great. I want to keep chugging along, get up to 700, 800, then 1,000. Okay. Because if I make 1,000, I start making money off of this channel. Technically, if people watch the ads or something, who knows? Anyway, you want to support me in another way, patreon.com/flippinthrough. You do that, you support me. And right now you're going to get a 6 set of stickers and a pretty awesome set of buttons. The set of buttons is this. Let me actually go into here so you can see them. I don't always show them off the way I should. It's the signature collection. We have the signatures of Jack Davis, Harvey Kurtzman, Wally Wood, and Will Elder. These were put together by me. 4 artists, 4 colors, representing that comic era of Mad with the 4-color printing process. So please, if you want to support me, patreon.com/flippinthrough. These are the people that support me on Patreon right now. Jacqueline Gosling, Reflection of Perfection, Frank Snyder, Misimo, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Shane Buckley, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Mead Sperry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Little Cozy Nostro. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope I can keep on earning it. With that, that's it. I'm done. That's the show. Now let's get to our overhead. There I am. There's my beautiful visage. The reason for the season. Mad Magazine number 73, released 1962. This is, I think I've gone on record saying that these are the covers that I really like. I really, really enjoy. Why am I wearing headphones? Really, really enjoyed these covers with all text. And they did that a lot in this era, in like the 1960s. And it's kind of fun. It's like an attention getter. I think it would still get attention. All black cover, bright writing, like blaze orange. I think there's a few others. One of them just said sex, really large in pink letters. And then there's like some fine print underneath it or to the side of it. I'm very charmed by these. I like the design aesthetic of that. Get rid of everything, put up words. Warning, do not look at the back cover of this magazine. Normally I do delay things a little bit or delay the back until I get to the back. And then I'm out of time, so I don't give it the attention it deserves. But this is really cool. And I think the next thing that I produce, I'm going to be swiping this, I think. Make something for Patreon for that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm going to brainstorm something. A clever way to steal Bob Clark's artwork. But this is Bob Clark's beautiful artwork. And boy, oh boy, is this a really, really cool design. I remember there is like this sort of visual language for spooky shit like this. Because I remember my mother having all sorts of like vintage Halloween decorations. And this kind of like high contrast, geometric design aesthetic is like, I don't know, they're kind of spooky. And so all throughout it, you have a hexagon, right? Hence hex. And then all throughout it, just various things that are not good. Number 13, a voodoo doll, a black cat, a broken mirror, walking under an open ladder. There's this. I don't know. Is it smoking? I know MAD is anti-smoking, but I don't know what that means. The broken mirror kind of breaks the panel a little bit, and the shards are on the ground. Spilled salt, expired ticket, the ace of spades. The ace of spades. That was not a smart move. I don't know, black hand, skull and crossbones. Well, this is like that secret society, skull and bones. Snake eyes. Just getting poked in the eye, I guess. I don't know. This I'm not sure of. If you guys know what this symbol means, other than, I mean, it's very reminiscent of the SS, the Nazi organization, which I thought was maybe far-fetched, but then you continue along the circle and you have the skull and crossbones. So maybe that has something to do with it. The more I look at it, look, I didn't notice this, the SOS in Morse code, the open umbrella. It's just great. It's such a cool symbol or design. Once you look at it, if you do not buy it for your own, you die. So keep that in mind. Warning, do not... Oh, wait, I already said that. Anyway, let's get into here. Here, I got to zoom out. Here's an old ad that I don't get the reference to. Probably has to do with like the White Sox or something. Why these sluggers belt every pitch with tea. The pot refresher. I don't know. Maybe if I read it, I would understand, but I'm not sure I'm willing to do that. Let's look here. I don't think we've done this in a while. Looking at the masthead. Here we have MAD. People go on vacation to forget things. And when they open their bags, they remember what they forgot. That's me. I've gone on several vacations where I've just totally forgotten underwear. And I have just one pair of undies to get me through like a camping trip. It's awful. It's not very much fun. Here we have publisher William Gaines, editor Albert B. Feldstein, art director John Putnam, production Leonard Brenner, editorial Jerry DeFuccio and Nick Meglin, lawsuits Martin J. Scheiman, publicity Larry Gore, Richard Bernstein, subscriptions Gloria Orlando, Celia Morelli, and Alan Elliott. I wonder if that's Joe Orlando's wife. Contributing artists and writers, the usual gang of idiots. And this one's packed. It's packed with some idiots. I did not do the thing that I've been doing lately, which is to like actually go through it. But I don't know. That's okay, I guess. This is something else. Okay, this is such a great cover. Build up your ego with MAD so you can do target practicing, and it's the inverse of the scoring of a normal target. So rather it being 0, 10, 20, 30, and then 500. It's the opposite. It's reversed. That's what inverse means, right? It means the opposite. Congratulations on the design for the cover of the June issue. By the time I was through shooting at the target, the magazine was torn to shreds, and I didn't have to read the usual garbage. The issue that I have has been shot with a 22, which is pretty fun. But I want to get a nice scan and make like a whole poster size of that. So many of these issues of this era they're dynamite. They're so, so cool. Wanted, Mickey Bitsko, or any other idiot that fits this description. Mentality, low. Taste, lower. Crime, has uncontrollable desire to subscribe to MAD. If you fit this description, you'll receive a reward. Mainly, you'll get 9 issues for the price of 8. Not a great deal. Not a great deal at all. This is, according to madcoversite.com, Al Feldstein. This is him. So that's kind of exciting. You get to see your editor. And here's Alfred's poor almanac. This is fun. This is fun, especially because we're going into July, you guys. What day am I recording this on? Hold on, let's see. It's the 29th, okay? Let's see. NATO holds first meeting before Pact House, 1949. Oh, okay. Well, that's not. How about the July 4th? Independence Day. American Airlines celebrates by announcing special rates on flights to Reno. Okay. I don't know. Milton Farquhar invents striped mouthwash in 1956. Chief Rain in the Ear loses airliner seat when he fails to confirm reservation, 1956. All right. Benjamin Franklin on July 23rd. Experiments with kite gets carried away, 1752. Senator Wayne Morse filibusters 47 hours over status of Mickey Bitsko, 1957. Is that just like, is Mickey Bitsko something like a mad reference that I'm just learning about right now? Good old Mickey Bitsko. I'm writing that down. I got to write that down. Research Mickey Bitsko. How do you spell it? But whatever. That's good enough. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to look at my note again. Here's Bonanza. Bananas. The Family Togetherness Western. Mort Drucker, artist, writer, Earl Dowd with Lou Silverstone. Bonanza. Like, here's the thing about Westerns. It's like, for a Western to like really get me, it's gotta, I don't know what it needs, but it needs something. Because there's not a ton of Westerns that have really gotten their hooks in me. When I was growing up, things like Bonanza were being shown on syndication constantly. You could find it reruns on TV. TV Land, I think they would show some Bonanza. There was no shortage of opportunities to watch Bonanza. Did I watch it? No. I was more into I Love Lucy. I was more into things like Hogan's Heroes. Like, I thought Hogan's Heroes was sick as hell. My dad was like, took it very personally, which was weird because he was not in World War II, nor was he a prisoner of war. I thought it was just brilliant and funny as hell, man. But I guess in hindsight, I could see why it might be offensive to some people, just not my father personally. But yeah, I don't know. I think Bonanza had a lot of stuff that I should have liked, but just didn't. And that's why I'm not going to read this. You don't usually get excuses from me for why I won't read a movie or TV parody. But you got one today. So if you like that, please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. Roadsides that reflect the language of the region. This is fun. I'm just looking. I thought this is fun, and then I saw some of these where, I might not be the guy to read it out loud. Oh, what am I kidding? I'm going to do it. No! I'm only reading what is written now and telling Honorable Chinatown 15 mph, no speedy, no ticky. All right. Caution, men working. How about you? Where's like the Midwest? Who is doing the art? Jack Rickard was doing the art of this. Miami, Florida. Straight ahead. C. Left turn. No. And there's Fidel Castro, all the Cubans. Welcome to Beverly Hills. Darling, how marvelous of you to come. 150 mile per hour speed limit. They don't have, and the only one they have is Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which I guess Milwaukee, they do have a big German population. They have a town. This is another fun fact about the Midwest. The town my uncle lives in is called New Berlin, Wisconsin. And then, because of the Nazis, they changed the pronunciation of the town to New Berlin. So everybody there calls it New Berlin and not New Berlin. Ist das nicht ein One-Way-Street? Ja, das ist ein One-Way-Street. One-Way-Street. Do not cheat or we take car and you use feet. It's like a little poem. Oh my goodness. Do they have anything else in the Midwest? I don't know. Independence, Missouri? I guess is Minnesota doesn't have an accent, I guess. That's what it comes down to. Don Martin looks at doctors. And I was going to say, how long does it take him to look at which doctors? And it didn't take very long. So look, he scampers up the mountain, through the field. I love how that's drawn, where he just drew where the grass was trampled. Snip, snap, snip. Scampers through the African village. Thank heavens you could come, doctor. It's not the measles after all, but the dreaded Lugumba disease. Oh, and they scampers away. This is kind of fun. Like early Don Martin, I have to say, is a little bit better. I don't know if this was being ghost written by Duck Edwing, but I like it a lot. It just has Don Martin. I don't know that there is a list of what Duck wrote versus what Don wrote. But I don't know. His earlier stuff is, I think, kind of cooler in many ways. This is like, was he at his peak in the 1960s? Oh my gosh. So fun. What's kind of amusing about it is that you don't actually need the words in order to appreciate it. And I mean, I think me reading out all of the word bubbles will probably be not, I don't know, probably won't be that great. Like, it won't add to it for me to read those aloud. I think you can get the gist of it. And it is very, very fun. Yeah, here we go. This is a whole magazine style thing with a lot of writing. The Mad Book of Modern Fairy Tales. Here we have the athlete. We have the happy warrior. You know, the thing is about modern fairy tales, and the reason why like so many of them suck, is that they don't have the benefit of having been passed down from generations, and like really the message really nailed. So, oh, look at Geraldo Rivera, the loyal alumnus, the business tycoon, the disc jockey, the sponsor, the grateful taxpayers. Let's read about the taxpayers. That's what I'm going to do. Shall I? I'll zoom in a bit on this. Then we'll get some real good stuff. There was once a time when the cost of running the country grew so large that the taxes paid by the people were not enough to pay for defense and Social Security and all the other things a country must have, so a national debt mounted and mounted. "This is terrible," cried the Secretary of the Treasury. "Whatever are we to do?" "Oh dear," cried the senators and congressmen. "I know," cried the president. "I will go on TV and explain to the people that we simply must have more money or the country will stop running, and the ogre of the East will come and bury us." "Goody!" cried the Secretary of the Treasury. "Then we will ask everyone to check and see if there isn't some teensy-weensy little tax item they forgot to pay. If everyone sends in a little bit, the country will be safe again." Well, the people were so frightened and concerned by what the president told them that they sent in all the back taxes they owed or had ever cheated the government out of, and some of them even sent a little extra because they were so grateful to be living in a free society. And when the president and secretary of the Treasury counted the money, they were flabbergasted because there was so much that the country was not only safe again and the budget balanced again, but even the huge national debt had been wiped out. That sucks. What a shitty. That's not even funny. I don't even know what the moral of that should have been. Oh, cool. Who's in Charge here by Gerald Gardner. Oh, wait, let's see. Oh, Fidel wearing a Rolex. I mean, they didn't, in the 1960s, it wasn't what it is now. Like as far as a status symbol. And now it's time to play You Bet Your Life. That's offensive. Edit that out. Yeah. That's the spot. Now scratch. Oh, look at my guy, Nixon. Sure, SOS is good, but cheer gives a much whiter white. Like, who wrote these? Oh, Geraldo. That's who wrote them. Gerard Butler, whoever that was. Who was it? Gerald Gardner. Oh, brother. Antonio Prohías, whose anti-communist cartoons so angered Fidel Castro that he was forced to flee Cuba, brings us another installment of the friendly rivalry between the man in black and the man in white, better known as a spy versus spy. That was a good one. That was a really good one, I think, and respectful. Oh no, he got chopped his legs off, his hat stabbed. Oh, he was dead. You know, it's funny. It's like a contraption that's doing that, but in years from now, it would have been him just dressed up, right? And here is a fake magazine. Racketeer illustrated the mouthpiece of the syndicate. I'm not going to go through all this. Who did this art, though? George Woodbridge. Well, that's kind of funny. I would not have guessed that George Woodbridge did this art. It seems very different than what I'm used to seeing from him. What if products only worked under demonstration conditions? I feel like that's how it works. Who did this? Wally Wood. No, I don't think this is not one of those things that you would look at and be like, this is like, gets my nostalgic juices flowing. It's cool, but it's not one of those things that, I don't know. I think there's about a half a dozen other things that could come to mind, anybody's mind, that Wally Wood did that are not this. It's still cool though. It's a good illustrations. Actually, I'm going to do this, the Hertz Rent-A-Car, because I actually know this. I know this commercial where he jumps in from behind. Something seems to be wrong. I can't get this car door open. Naturally, Sergio, just come along with me. Where are we going? Why, right upstairs to the friendly Hertz offices on the 5th floor. What are you guys doing? Are you crazy or something? Just relax, sir. Hertz is about to put you in the driver's seat. Yeah. Now you know why our car doors don't open, sir. They don't need to, because Hertz puts you in the driver's seat. I think I busted my leg. So if you need a car, rent a car. Remember Hertz. It sure does. What is it? I swear I remember a Mad gag where it was Hertz, where he jumps into the car and hits his nuts on the gear shift. And I know it also happened in, Max Brandel? Is this a Max Brandel one? Typewriter Tunes by Betty and Dean Neuman, art by Royal Portable. Oh, not Max Brandel. This does seem like something he would do. I know Austin Powers did it, but I just don't know if, I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. A few issues back, we introduced a new game called Mad Yachts, in which you added a gag line to some X's and O's. It's been a while since that bombed, so we figured it's time for another. For this game, all you need is a typewriter and a sense of humor. Strike a couple of keys, add a tagline, and you're playing Typewriter Tunes. I've heard a lot about you, Miss Baker. Let's get out of here. I'm getting claustrophobic. Know what they really should have done? I mean, I'm gonna move on from this because it's already not entertaining me. Max Brandel should have done it. He could have done a better job. But they should have done the one where you do like a parentheses, a space, a period, a space, the capital Y, space, period, space, close parentheses, because then it looks like boobs. And it's sweet. Here we have a good era of Dave Berg, the early lighter side of. You still get him with an illustration style that looks cool and is fun to look at, rather than this sort of like boring thing it became. And you get this. Oh, I love this. When he draws women freaking out, it's amazing. Oh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. And here we have Spy versus Spy. I don't think this is the first appearance of Spy versus Spy versus Spy. I forget what her first appearance was, but it's great. Everybody loves Lady Spy. I guess her name is just Spy, right? You don't have to call her Lady Spy. The subtle science of packaging. Honestly, like many items were not even packaged at all, but were dipped, shoveled, or doled out by hand from barrels, bags, bins, and boxes like that. Today's supermarket shopper zooms up crowded aisles piled high with hundreds of competing products and has to choose from among them. I mean, that's all like the introduction to, like, give you a legitimate like history of packaging, and then they go into this, which is like, it's funny, right? It's like that joke that is now tired and old, but like the bag of chips is like 90% air, and you feel cheated by that. This one, I'm just pleased as punch that this is noticed, because this is true. Like fun size, the ones that you give for like Halloween, they're like half the size of what they used to be. And it's not just because I'm twice the man I was as a child. It's very bizarre. Yeah, I guess inflation, right? That's what it is. Inflation. But really cool. I love these illustrations. These are Bob Clark, right? Yeah, of course it is. Why would I ever doubt myself? Something like that. The disposable packages. Then there's the no deposit, no return School of Packaging, which, in close cooperation with the trash hauling interest, tries to see to it that no child is emotionally scarred by the humiliating experience of having to cash in the old man's empty beer bottles to get lunch money. Besides, beer, milk, soft drinks, and other beverages now come in throwaway containers, making it a cinch to spot the family that subsists largely on a liquid diet. Yeah, I mean, that's actually kind of a good thing, right? Like, bring it directly back and then it's reused. Anyway, I think so. Oh, yeah, look at there. There's a Wally Wood illustration that would come to mind, the one about the beatniks that become parents. Yeah. Memo from William Gaines, publisher, to Alfred B. Feldstein, editor. Dear Al, just glanced through this article. Nice going. You actually filled up 6 pages with material that wasn't worth more than 2 pages at most. It's true, though, which is, that's what I call modern magazine packaging. Keep up the good work. P.S. Be sure to remove this note before you send the article to the engravers. And there we have the Mad Hex. You guys, there you have it. Mad Magazine number 73 with the spooky hex. I hope you guys can go out and find a copy of this. Otherwise, you will die. With that, though, remember, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. One way I can grow this channel is by you doing that. That's how it helps. Thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.